Okay, good morning, students. My name is Dr. B. Suresh Babu, working as a professor in Mechanical Engineering Department, MBR College of Engineering and Technology, Paritala. As a part of online classes, today's topic is on rotating of masses and balancing of masses. It is related to the fifth unit. If you observe this fifth unit contains balancing of masses. Reciprocating masses will be there, rotating masses will be there. So basically these are the two types of masses that are going to exist. Balancing of mass is a very important. As the introduction of balancing of masses is today's session. Everyone pay 100% attention. This balancing of masses itself contains a theory part as well as a problematic part. In the first session, we have introduction class, then we will discuss one by one. Four types of masses we have to balance. We will discuss one by one in the coming classes. As today is introduction, concentrate on the things what I am going to explain here. So first one is what is balancing of rotating members? Balancing means a process of restoring a rotor which has a unbalanced to a balanced state by adjusting the mass distribution of the rotor about its axis of rotation. Right, Lisa? Rotating members. For example, axis is there. On the axis, a body is going to be rotated. If on the axis, if masses are distributed in unequal manner, it cannot able to rotate for a longer period of time. Of course, it is having a velocity. In that case, to bring that unequal distribution of masses into equal distribution of masses, we are going to add a mass at a particular point so that that will regulates the unbalanced masses into balanced masses. So first, if you observe this one, what is meant by balancing? Balancing means a unequal masses has to be bring it to equal distribution of masses by adding an extra member to an axis. Then this leads to the balancing of a object or balancing of a system. So balancing means a process of restoring a rotor which has unbalanced to a balanced state by adjusting the mass distribution of rotor about its own axis. So that is how the balancing numbers will be given. Next, what is the balancing? It's not a happens in a blink of eye. So balancing is the process of attempting to improve the mass distribution of a body so that it rotates in its bearings without unbalanced centrifugal forces. So what is the balancing? The balancing is a process of trying to improve bring a distribution of mass which is already in undistribution state, that means unequal distribution stage. How to bring such that the body has to be rotate in the bearings without unbalanced centrifugal forces. That means the forces that are acting on a object or in a system has to have a balanced centrifugal forces. So in the first slide what I told is how we have to balance. So balancing is done by adding a mass at a particular point to a unbalanced system. So what we are going to add certain a mass to a system. So what that is a process. That means adding a mass is a process so that the system has to be rotated in a bearings without unbalanced centrifugal forces. So this is the point to be remember here. So two things I have explained. First is what is balancing and what is a balancing process. So for a balancing we need a mass. Balancing means a process of doing that adding the masses in a particular interval of time or in a particular interval of distance so that a unbalanced distribution can be brought into distribution. If you observe this one, for what we can able to do this one. So mass balancing is routine for rotating machines, some rotating machines, from reciprocating machines and vehicles. So mass balancing is a routine process for rotating machines as well as for reciprocating machines as well as for vehicles. Next, mass balancing is necessary for quiet operation, high speeds, long bearing life, operator comfort, controls free of malfunctioning or a quality field. So first point, if you observe this one, to which systems we need a balancing. Balancing is needed for rotating machines as well as for reciprocating machines and for the vehicles. That means any dynamic state is there. For all that type of dynamic state, we need a balancing system. Then only it can able to continuously perform its function. So why we need a balancing? Balancing is necessary for quiet operation, high speeds, long bearing life, operator comfort, controls free of malfunctioning. So these are the total 6 benefits. One is if it is unbalanced, it makes very noise. To prevent that one, we need a quiet operation. High speeds, to have a high speed. If unbalanced system is there, it cannot able to maintain high speeds. For a long bearing life, system has to work for a long thing, then bearing should have a life. For that purpose, long bearing life. Next one is operator comfort. So if it's unbalanced state, an operator has to pay a risk or he always has to observe the system. So to remove or to eradicate that one for a system, it is very essential to have a balancing. Next, controls free of malfunctioning. So a balanced state always work in a proper manner than compared with a unbalanced state. That we can able to assess if you bring an unbalanced mass into a balanced mass. So these are the few examples which helps us where we can able to do this balancing concept. Pulley and gear shaft assembly, it is a one example for that one. High speed machine tool spindles is the second. Centrifuge rotors, compressor rotors, crankshafts, starter armatures, flywheels, electric motor rotors, turbochargers, grinding wheels, aerospace components, impellers, fan and blowers, precision shafts, steam and gas turbine rotors. So these are the examples to emphasize rotating components. So for what we need in the beginning side, if you observe, balancing is needed for rotating objects, reciprocating objects, and the vehicle. That means the objects that are in moving state or dynamic state. If you observe rotating objects, the examples are this that you are going to observe on the screen. I will do it once again. Still number of are there, but I have written a few of them. Pulley and gear shaft assemblies, high-speed machine tool spindles, centrifuge rotors, compressor rotors, crankshafts, starters armatures, flywheels, electric motor rotors, turbochargers, grinding wheels, aerospace components, impellers, fan and blowers, precision shafts, steam and gas rotors. Next, why this unbalanced state is going to be happen? As we all know from the beginning, first slide, unbalanced state of a system happens due to the improper alignment of masses on the system. The improper alignment has to be brought to alignment by adding a mass at a proper place. The process of adding this proper mass at a proper place is going to be called as a balancing. Why need we balance? To have a good quality, to reduce noise, to reduce the, to increase the life bearing, to have a quality feel, to have a comfort for operator, we are going for balancing. Next, after that one, this slide says like this. Unbalance is caused by the displacement of masses center line from the axis of rotation. So already I told that when at an axis, if distribution of masses are not equally spread, then that leads to the unbalanced state. Next, centrifugal force of heavy point of a rotor exceeds the centrifugal force exerted by the light side of the rotor and pulls the entire rotor in the direction of the heavy point. So here in the second slide, if you observe, we are going to bring a centrifugal forces into a balanced center. That means we are going to avoid unbalanced centrifugal forces. If you observe that same point here, they have written centrifugal force of a heavy point. Heavy, that means a point of a rotor exceeds the centrifugal force exerted by the light side of the rotor and pulls the entire rotor in the direction of the heavy point. So what happens to unbalanced forces? Where in which side this heavy point is there, through that side only that body is going to be drag that side, or not dragging that means it move that side. That is the point you understand. And wherever the light load is there, it has no separate path, because heavy component is overriding this small weight particle. So that's what we have to explain. That means if a car is there which is having a heavy part on one side, the car moves regularly towards that side only. To prevent that one, steering has to be controlled by the driver. That's why if unbalanced state means driver feels discomfort. To avoid this one, we have to bring that car into a equal distribution of masses. How? By adding the mass in opposite direction to the heavy point. In this way, if you do it, this is called as a balancing. So based upon this one, a centrifugal force means whichever it is opposite side, that is going to be moving that side only. Heavy point only it is going to move. So to prevent that one, we need balancing. Next, balancing is the correction of this phenomena by removal or addition of masses. So up to now we are learning about addition of masses, but in some cases are there which is mandatory or necessary to remove of masses also. So we can add mass to bring a system into balanced state. At the same time, we can remove the mass from the system also to bring that system into a balanced state. So these are the 3 points which we can able to remember from this slide. First point is unbalanced cause is due to the displacement of mass on the axis. Second one is the unbalanced mass which is having heavy point moves in that direction compared to the less low direction. Third point is balancing can be done by adding a mass or by removing a mass also. So that is the thing which we can able to understand. So what is the benefits of balancing? Already we have discussed a few. First few is to reduce noise in the previous slide, to bring comfort to the operator, to increase the life of a bearing, to have a quality feel when the system is working. Apart from those one, certain other benefits are also there. One is increasing quality of operation, minimize vibrations, minimizing audible and signal noises, minimizing structural fatigue stresses, minimize the operator annoyance and fatigue, increase bearing life, minimize power loss. So apart from this one, few are also listed in the previous slide. If you observe this one, first is it increases the quality of operation. We are going to reduce the vibration. Vibrations are reduced means definitely the system is going to have a smooth, and we are going to have a less vibrating parts, thereby the life of the system can be increased. Minimize audible and signal noises, so you can able to reduce the noises by balancing the system. Minimize the structural fatigue stresses, so structural fatigue stresses can be reduced. Minimize operator annoyance and fatigue, so operator annoyance and fatigue can be reduced. Increase bearing life and minimize the power losses. So these are the few benefits that we can obtain from the balancing. Apart from this one, it can also increase the life of the system. For appearance also it will be good. If you take aesthetic as a concept, for a functionality, balanced system will have a more life than compared to unbalanced system. So these are the things which we can able to write here also. So one a system is I am explaining. It contains bearing 1 and bearing 2. A spring is there. A dashpot is there. Both bearing 1 possessing, bearing 2 also possess. The green color one is going to be called as a shaft, and on the red one is going to be the center point of that one. When that is going to be rotating, to bring the system, that green color rectangular objects are balanced equally on either side of this red color dot. This shows the system is balanced. If that green color boxes are unusual or unequal distance, it leads to the spring vibration, and spring vibration goes on increasing means, that means when the speed is increasing, spring vibrations goes on increasing. At one point of time, it is going to be lost its functional. So this means the shaft is going to be rotated on the system. So it lost its function when the distribution of green color rectangle bars are unequal. So this system shows unbalanced force on the bearing of rotor system. How we can say it is unbalanced? Because if you observe the system, it seems to be equally distributed. Due to the spring balance, the vibrations are going to be generated and these are going to be failed. So to bring this into this one, we have to bring this system by adding certain masses. So the system is a rotary system. The green colors are going to be the shaft. It seems to be balanced, but at one point of time, it is going to be unbalanced due to the spring present, because spring always produces vibrations. So what are the reasons? Means unbalanced due to unequal distribution of masses, unbalanced due to unequal distance of the masses also. Only two is there. Unequal distribution of masses, unbalanced due to the unequal distance of masses. It also leads to the following things. That means, what is an eccentricity? A point that is deviating from the center of the object is nothing but eccentricity to that one. The eccentricity exists due to a gap of fitting. An eccentricity exists to the inner ring of a roller bearing. Non-uniformity exists in either keys or key seats. Non-uniformity exists in the mass of flange. So these are the few reasons to bring to have an unbalanced state for a system. That is the thing to be understand here. An eccentricity will leads to the unbalanced. A ring brings an unbalance if it is eccentrically fitted. Non-uniformity of the keys and non-uniformity exists in the mass of the flange. So these are the reasons and examples of unbalanced state. So what is unbalanced state causes due to masses distribution, unbalanced is caused due to the unequal distances. This can be done for a balanced state. That means unbalanced state can be brought to balanced state by adding the masses or by removing the masses. Coming to this one, up to now we have seen the following fundamentals. First one is, what is a unbalanced member? By what unbalanced state is coming? These 2 points. Third point is, what is a balancing? A balancing is a process. It is a process to bring unbalanced state into balanced state by adding the masses or removing the masses. Next, we have learned about a single system having a springs, dashpot and rotating mass. If our speeds are increasing, the balanced state can be brought to unbalanced state. To avoid that one, we can bring a system into balanced state by adding the masses. That is the 5th point. 6th point is benefits of balancing. Noise can be controlled. Comfort of the operator increases. Third one, life of the component increases. Bearing life is going to be increased. Comfort for the driver can be increased. Annoyancy can be increased. System life can be increased. So totally, what are different types of unbalanced state? Broadly, there are 2 types are there: static unbalance and dynamic balance. Apart from this one, if once again calculate or observe, it is static balancing for rotating objects. Means that is not suitable for this one. So static balancing is for a fixed objects. For rotating objects, you should go for a dynamic balancing. In dynamic balancing, reciprocating contents will come Rotary contents will come, dynamic which is moving, that is also will come. So in the coming classes, it is to explain what is static unbalanced state and what is static dynamic unbalanced state. So before concluding this one, you remember the following summary of the class. What is balancing? I have defined. How many types of balancing are there? I have defined. Explain the benefits of balancing and explain the system of unbalanced system when it is going to increase its speed. Like this, we can explain the introduction about this one. In the coming classes, we will discuss about contents in the syllabus. So before closing, this is the 5th unit students. Problematic will be there, theoretical concept will be there, and derivational concept will be there in the system. All of you have a nice day, students. See you all. Bye.